Hey guys.
All right, folks, when Sabaton announced their legendary tour that's going to take place in 2025 from November 14th to December 11th all across Europe, I thought, fuck it, why don't we put something legendary together and do what we consider to be Sabaton's top 10 songs of all time? Many have tried to do videos like this, and
All have failed.
I was going to say as many have failed.
Oh.
Yeah, as many have tried, as many have failed. So we're here to really do the ultimate. This is the ultimate, according to the two of us, the ultimate Sabaton top 10 songs of all time.
Now, some songs didn't make the list. I mean, that's how a top 10 works.
It was freaking hard. Like,
It was pretty hard. Like even...
You can't fit 20 songs in a top 10.
And some of these, yes, it's a top 10, but some of these even I don't, like, you agree with some, I agree with some.
Yeah, we had to negotiate.
When it comes to the order of it, like...
No, but we had to negotiate with some songs. Yeah. Because this has to be a list that we both are okay with.
Yes.
So obviously there are some songs that I wanted on the list that he didn't want on the list. There was some songs he wanted on the list that I didn't want on the list.
This is our joint list where, you know, the old saying goes, agree to disagree.
Yeah, so we kind of had to do a bit of that.
Yeah.
All right, so at number 10, we have The Attack of the Dead Men from the album The Great War. All right, so Attack of the Dead Men. This is kind of one that you forced into the top 10 list.
Originally, it wasn't there, and I'm like, I don't know how the fuck it's not there. Like, this needs
the
to be
original
there.
number 10 one was Gott mit uns.
Yes, and
or at least that's what I wanted.
That's what you put, and you also were like, oh well, you know, it's one of the most like covered songs. A lot of people cover this, but this is not about what people, you know.
Think.
This is us, and in my opinion, Gott mit uns is a good song, but it doesn't hit that top 10. And Attack of the Dead Men has to be there. For me, Attack of the Dead Men would be a little bit higher, but like I said, agree to disagree.
I agreed to have this one on the top 10 because, first of all, it's one of their most popular streamed songs. So obviously people like this song. Every time I've seen them live since the album came out, this song is on the set list.
We watched the concert in theater.
The tour to end all tours.
Yeah.
This song was on that set list.
And when they were doing it, they were handing out the masks with the blood.
I must say, that was actually pretty cool.
That was cool as fuck, yeah.
That was pretty cool. So, considering all of those, and I don't hate this song. I don't. I like this song. But I think this is a song that works really great live because of what Joaquin does with that gun bazooka thing that he has, the mask thing, the whole stage production around this song elevates the song. So to me, it's a song that is a lot better live than it is in the studio, because when you listen to it in the studio, you're just listening to the song. It's a great song. But when you watch it live, you're transported into the song.
Yeah.
And I think that's what really sold me on you putting this song on our top 10. All right? So at number 9, we have Fields of Verdun from the album The Great War. All right, this was my pick. I love this song.
I was gonna say another one from the Great War. We always poke fun.
We don't poke fun at the Great War.
Well, we poke fun at the last two records.
The war to end all wars, or
yeah. Well, we poke fun at the fact that the last two records have been about the same war, and the EP was also about the same war. Like
this one to me is one of my favorite songs of all time from them. I just find it so catchy, so hooky. The guitar melody is it's incredible. The video, when they released the video was phenomenal.
I remember the shivers down my spine.
It's a great
when
track.
Watching that video, yeah.
It's a great track. So I felt like it had to be there, but I also understand that it's one of my favorite songs of Sabaton of all time, but I don't consider it to be their best song of all time. So I wanted to have it in the list, but I also thought that it had to be at the bottom of the list.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, it doesn't deserve a higher spot, in my opinion. To me, actually, I wouldn't mind seeing Attack of the Dead Men in number 9 and this one in number 10.
That's originally what I wanted to do.
Yeah, I kind of would have been okay with that as well. But to me, the two songs, from the same album, but the two of the best songs of that album, in my opinion. I really love these two songs. More so, Fields of Verdun. Oh, come on, that chorus. That chorus is phenomenal.
All
right,
I gotta say though, that album,
it's actually really good.
Like when it came out, there was a lot of like, oh well, other albums were better. There's not. In my opinion, that album is pretty strong. If anything,
okay, now we're moving into best Sabaton albums of all time.
I know, but I was gonna say, if anything, in my opinion, it's better than the Last Stand album.
To me, the best three albums of Sabaton of all time is Carolus Rex #1, The Art of War #2, and The Great War #3. For me, those three are my favorite albums of all time. Last Stand probably #4.
I couldn't.
Heroes at 5. That's my top 5.
Heroes is above Last Stand in my opinion.
Really?
Yeah.
There's a lot of great songs on those albums. Anyways,
I did a project about one of the songs in Heroes.
That's true, but we're getting
sidetracked. I know.
All right, so at number 8 we have Resist and Bite from the album Heroes.
Well, we were talking about Heroes.
And here we go with Resist and Bite.
Yeah.
There's a lot of great songs on that album.
Which was also originally not on the list, but I'm like, this has to make the list.
The Last Stand was on the list, and I don't want to spoil anything, but it's not going to be on the list anymore.
Yes. I'll give, and you know what? That was from yours truly, because I feel like that song, how big that song is, and everyone knows that song. It's a good song, but I also feel like it's overplayed and also overrated in a way.
It's the only song from Sabaton that we've done on the channel twice.
Yeah, and we could have done it another. It could have been thrice.
Yeah.
And
true.
Not the band.
But just imagine that. Like it's the only we've covered almost every single Sabaton song. That's the only one we've covered twice.
I know.
So, but it didn't make the list because we argued back and forth, and he felt that Resist and Bite deserved to be on the list over the Last Stand. Yeah. So Resist and Bite is number 8. So what was your argument?
Even from that album, the Last Stand is not even my favorite song from that album. We both agreed Shirayama was probably the best song on that album. Winged Hussards, I think, is on that album too.
Oh, I can't remember if it's on that album.
I can't remember, but also When the Wings and Sauce Arrive.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Down the Mountainside.
Down the Mountainside. When they started playing that in the theater,
I always fuck up that song.
Yeah, when we were watching in the theater, this guy is like, "When the wings and sauce arrive." So
anyhow, but
that should be you know what, honorable mention. Let's play that one next. Honorable mention.
No. There's no honorable mention. Fuck. We're stuck into number 8 at Resist and Bite,
okay.
And you still haven't made the case on why Resist and Bite made the list.
No, okay. When it comes to Heroes, I'm a big fan of that album, and I think if doing 2 albums on World War I and the EP was kind of redundant, I was hoping for a Heroes 2.
I'm still hoping for a
Heroes 2. I'm still hoping for a Heroes 2 because Heroes was such a good album, very diverse with at least.
What about if they made a Heroes 2, but it's not fictitious heroes like Rambo and Luke Skywalker?
Oh no! Then you're pushing into Grail Knights territory.
Okay.
Fair enough. That's more like Nanowar of Steel.
Yeah,
territory.
okay, fair enough. But I think there's enough heroes out there to make an album too.
I know. That album, great songs in the album. Soldier of Three Armies, 4859, just to name 2 for now. To Hell and Back. Like, the song is that album is also pretty stacked. So I had to pick this one though. This one,
I like this song. It's catchy. It's
and the chorus is so it's so leg beatable.
Yeah, it's one of those leg pounding songs from Sabaton. I was totally fine with pushing this one into our top 10. So I let's put it this way. I didn't resist and I didn't bite. I allowed the song to move easily into the top 10 at number 8. Now at number 7, we have another song that this guy fought really hard to put on this top 10 list, and that is Cliffs of Gallipoli from the album Art of War.
At the shoreline, blood of heroes stains the land. Light a candle, one for each of them who fought and died in vain. There is no enemy, there is no victory. Only.
So
This song took the spot that The Last Stand would have had, by the way.
yeah,
Just keeping it real for you guys to know where we are at. He fought really hard for this song.
I did.
I didn't put much of... my issue was not removing The Last Stand. My issue was putting this song this far up on the list.
And to be
And I'm
honest
like,
with
what
you-
about Coat of Arms? I love Coat of Arms. And you're like, Coat of Arms is not as good as Cliffs of Gallipoli.
I think even this one, I would just like just like Fields of Verdun for you. I feel like this one, even if it was a little bit lower, I wouldn't have minded as long as it hit the list.
Okay.
And it's more of a sentimental thing, less of the song itself. Although the song is very good, it just brings
The
me
song
back.
is very inspiring, though. We went to we didn't go, but we watched the movie.
We watched the movie
right after.
It was a tearjerker.
It's a great movie.
It's a great movie.
Great movie.
Yeah, it's a tearjerker. It's one
Isn't
of
Mel Gibson in that movie?
I think so. Actually.
I think Mel Gibson was
it's
in
a
that
Mel
movie.
Gibson movie. But yeah,
A young Mel Gibson before you went all haywire.
all Mel Gibson. You know?
Yeah. You may take away my racism, or you may take away my freedom, but not my racism. Before you went all that.
Yeah.
Anyways.
In either order.
Yeah, it doesn't matter what order.
But yeah, it brings me back more to the humble beginnings of our channel when we saw that video where we had to like time doing videos with the sunlight outside because we didn't have lights.
Proper lighting.
Oh, that was a bitch to do.
I don't know how we managed that in the first,
First
couple of years of the channel.
We would do like on Saturdays and Sundays. We would early in the morning just so we had the perfect sunlight. We would do like 4 videos or something. Like it was crazy.
Anyways,
Humble beginnings, but that song just brings back memories, and it's also a very good song. That's why for me it has to be on the top 10 list.
And like I said, I wasn't. I'm a fan of the song. I like the song a lot. I feel like maybe a little bit. I don't know. I think it's in the right spot.
It's in the right spot.
I think it's in the right spot. And I didn't mind taking The Last Stand over this song. But to me, I also made a case for Coat of Arms because I really like Coat of Arms. And he's like, no, there's no way Coat of Arms is going to make this list. Cliffs of Gallipoli is taking the spot.
In my opinion, not Coat of Arms. Because then what do you take off for Coat of Arms?
No, from you was Cliffs of Gallipoli.
Dude, I think for me, also Cliffs of Gallipoli is when it comes to Sabaton, it's a very emotional song, and a lot of their songs are very like battle, yes, but their few emotional tracks get kind of left behind, in my opinion. Like for example, Final Solution, very emotional track, but a very good track, and I feel like people overlook those tracks.
They want more of the like
poundy. So I had to add that one because it's very emotional.
Fair enough. The next one is the only song on this list that's not part of any album, and that is Bismarck, was released as a single.
Bismarck in motion, king of the ocean, he was made to rule the waves across the seven seas. To lead the war machine, to rule the waves and lead the creeks burning.
Dude, if you're making a top 10 list of Sabaton songs and Bismarck, I don't care where it is, but he's got to be there.
It's got to be there.
If it's not there, what you don't listen to Sabaton?
In my opinion, looking at the list, and when we continue the list, I'm not going to say obviously. In my opinion, this definitely is higher on the list for me. There's one song that's above this that I think should.
No, I disagree with you.
In my humble opinion.
Wait until we get to that song. We don't want to spoil it.
When we get to that song, I will say.
To me, Bismarck at number 6 is reasonable.
It has to be on the list. It has to make the list.
And it cannot be number 10 either.
No,
in my opinion, it cannot be number 10. It has to be on the list. It has to be in the middle to upper echelon of said list. When I see some of these lists and people making these lists, and this song doesn't crack the top 10, immediately I'm like, poser. There's no way you listen to Sabaton on a regular basis and don't have Bismarck in your top 10. And if you don't think that this is a top 10 material song, go ask the guys from Sabaton, because I don't think since the song came out, that song has ever been missed on any tour's set list. It's on every single tour that they've done, regardless if it's headliner or supporting, that song is there. And to me, that speaks volumes in terms of what the song... Because the band is not only putting the songs that they think that they're the best ones, they're also putting the songs that they know the fans want to hear.
Yeah.
And Bismarck is there. I love Bismarck. I just love this song.
Dude, I love the song too. Like I said, I do wish it was a little bit higher, but either way, it had to be on the list.
I agree. So at number 5, we have Ghost Division from the album Art of War.
First in the line of fire, rushing to hostile land.
So this is the one that you wanted to.
No.
Oh.
It's not the one. This is not
I
the
thought
one.
you wanted to.
I think this one is good at number 5.
Dude, Ghost Division
this was the
is
first-
in the top 5 songs
It's
of
in the top
Sabaton.
5, and I think it was the first Sabaton song we actually ever checked out.
I think it was Ghost Division. Then we did 40-1.
40-1.
Yeah. Those were the first 2 Sabaton songs we ever checked
and
on.
Ghost Division has stayed in the playlist, in
For
high
them
rotation.
too. For them too.
Obviously,
It's part of their set list too.
It's when we saw them in North America, both times they started with it.
Yeah, and when we went to see the Tour to End All Tours theatrical concert thing,
I think
it was
they
also
always,
on the
I think
list.
they always start with it. Unless that one, I don't think they did.
No, that one I don't think they did either. But it's got to be played though.
Yeah,
It's got to be played.
it's got to be.
It's a great song. It's a fun. I actually think if you're introduced, because we were introduced with this song to Sabaton, and I actually think this is a great song to introduce people to Sabaton with.
Yeah, it's very leg poundy. It's very fast, and
It's catchy. It's hooky, and it kind of represents everything that Sabaton is.
exactly. And I feel like there are songs that are similar to it in a way that give you that same feeling like Ghost in the Trenches and Screaming Eagles, and I think that's why I enjoy those 2 songs also, because of that same feeling you get from Ghost Division. So I feel like out of those 3, Ghost Division is the one you would show someone first time.
Yeah, I think whoever mentioned it to us, and that's the reason why we checked it on the channel, they did a phenomenal job, because I would have picked this one as the song that I want to introduce people to when it comes to Sabaton. So at number 4, I think this is the one you wanted to move Bismarck with. Oh, no, fuck.
Not yet.
Jesus
I'll
Christ.
I'll tell you.
So anyways, at number 4 we have Night Witches from the album Heroes.
Why would I want to move this one?
This has been my favorite Sabaton song of all time
Dude,
since I've heard it for the first time.
I remember the day we listened. Like, there are certain songs that we do on the channel, and it's so memorable that I'll remember everything we did that day. Like I said, the Cliffs of Gallipoli is one of those things. This song is another one.
Believe it or not, I rank this song number 1 for me. It's not number 1 on our list. It's number 4. I ranked it number 1, but I also took other things in consideration for the ones that came up. I love this track. I just love this track.
It's a short, just bolt of energy.
It's like just a little bit over 3 minutes. It's really short.
It's not even actually. It's around 2 something. I think.
No, I think it's just like 3:01, something like that.
Yeah.
It's short.
It's a short song, but it gets to the point. I remember it like it was yesterday. We did the song.
It's a Peter Dinklage kind of song.
We did the song, and we went to a family friend's house that same day, and the whole time we were in the car, this song over and over and over and over, because it just got good. It got better every time listening to it.
Just a fucking phenomenal song. It's catchy, it's hooky, great melody, great guitars, the vocals, the storyline of the song is really cool. So I honestly feel like this is a song that stands out.
Yeah.
It's just a great track. All right, so at number 3, is this the one that you want to replace with Bismarck? All right, so at number 3, finally, at number 3 we have Primo Vittoria from the album Primo Vittoria. All right, so why would you want to move Bismarck to number 3 and Primo Vittoria to number 6?
They're both for the same game. Well, different games, but the same IP.
But Primo Vittoria was released as part of the album Primo Vittoria. Then after it was refurbished for the video game
World of Tanks.
Yeah.
And
so
Bismarck
was done specifically.
World of Warships.
Yeah. So they're not the same thing.
They're not the same thing. But in my opinion, Bismarck's a way better song than Primo Victoria.
Really?
Way better song than Primo Victoria.
Dude, Primo Victoria is a fucking great song.
And what's funny is Primo Victoria is only making this list, in my opinion, for of honoring the song, because it's a good song, and when it comes to the history of the channel, it's memorable. But in my opinion, it doesn't even make my top 10, my personal top 10.
It's okay. So let me just put it out there. It's one of their most their most streamed song ever is "To Hell and Back," which didn't make our top 10. In my opinion, I don't understand why that song is
that
the
one.
most streamed
I liked
song.
it. But that
No,
one,
but it's the most streamed song.
But if I had to
I just
choose,
don't get it.
if I had to choose between that one and Primo Victoria, I would choose that one.
Oh no, dude. I'm not.
Dun, 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 dun. It's something about that, like
I don't want to say.
It's like a West.
You sound like Bonanza now, like.
Dude, but it's like a Sabaton Western.
I know, but
song. Like,
I don't
it's good,
vibe,
man.
I don't vibe.
It's like
to
if they
that
did a
song
song about like Jesse James. Oh, he's not a hero.
Yeah, that would be.
That would be the
something more
Villains
for-
album.
Yeah, the villain.
Oh, dude, that's what
that's what Sabaton used to do. A
dude,
Villains album.
A Villains album.
Yeah.
Yeah, but then people
to
are
go
gonna,
with heroes.
But then people are gonna be like, why are you,
like why are you
glorifying?
Yeah, why are you
villains?
pumping Hitler's tires?
I don't know if there'd be a Hitler song.
Oh come on, there has to be a Saddam Hussein, Hitler, Mussolini, like
What would the song be called? The Artist.
The Z very good. See, I don't
A failed artist.
listen. I don't think they want to go down that path.
No,
because that's the road to cancellation.
But Jesse James wasn't like he was just a Western dude.
Maybe villains in terms of traitors, not necessarily of villains of the magnitude. But if you're gonna call the album villains and you don't have the top villains of them all, then you failed at that point.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe do an EP. I don't know.
Villains EP.
I don't know. I love the idea. I just don't know if it would be very
Or they
well
do
accepted.
like I said, Western EP. There's a lot of Western cowboys you can probably do. Like
I don't think that's their thing.
oh,
I don't think
dude,
that's their
I
shtick.
feel like they're running out. If they can do 3 things on World War I, I feel like they're running out of material.
All right, so let's go back to Primo Victoria. I really like this. I'm surprised that you would have.
It's a good song. It's a good song. Don't get me wrong, but it's one of those songs where
It's one of the songs that I always butcher. Instead of saying "in the shores of Western Europe," I always say "in the shores of Western Union," like where you go to send your money, Western Union.
the shores of Western Union.
Through the Nazi lines, Primo Victoria. Come on,
It's a good
dude,
song.
That chorus
It's
is
a good
just,
song,
like,
but in
fucking
my
epic.
opinion, Bismarck tramples it.
I don't know. I agree to disagree.
Okay.
All right. So, but in my opinion, it's a top 10 song.
Yeah.
And I don't see many people doing a top 10 list of Sabaton and not have Primo Victoria on
Primo
it.
Victoria has to be there.
I think some of the ones we have at the bottom of our list, you could argue that they need to be there or not. I think it goes down to a personal
people are
preference
always
thing.
going to argue the hell
Yeah,
and back. should
yeah,
be
yeah.
there.
So people are gonna have that, but I think Primo Victoria, people will agree. Now, number 2, I put it at number 2 because of you.
Oh, I love this song.
Because for you, you were like, "Oh, this should be number 1," and I'm like, "No,
No, I didn't say this should be number 1, but I said this should be on the list, at least higher in the upper echelon of the list.
And to me, of the top 5 of this list, this is my least favorite.
But see,
I don't like this song. Not that I don't like it at all. Okay, now I'm exaggerating. I don't vibe to it. Anyways, the song that we're talking about is "The Lion from the North" from the album Carolus Rex. Dude, it's not even in my top 5 of the album.
Dude, it's a good. It's,
For me, God Me Tunes is better than this song.
I don't know, man.
They're on the same record.
I have a deep love for this song.
It's for me it's not a top 10 song for me. At least not for me. I put it there because I know how much you love it, and this is a combined list, so we all had to make some, we had to concede a little bit, give a little to get a little. So I put it up there because I know it's important for you. So number 2. But
the chorus in this song, the chorus in the song sells anybody on the song. It has that galloping Sabaton way to it, and it goes like da 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 da, like I'm talking about like the way he spits out the words. It just hits you fast, and it hits you in this galloping march motion that you just need to be part of it. And that's why I love this song. This song is, for me, I have like that sentimental vibe with it.
On that note, number 1, best song, Sabaton song of all time, Carolus Rex, from the album Carolus Rex. Now here, I think the only argument is: do you like the English version or the Swedish version?
Both.
I like both.
I like both, but I like the Swedish
like
one a
both.
little bit more. But both will do.
But this song is
This song, people are gonna be like, Swedish pagans didn't make your list,
no, dude.
which I even argued about it.
You argued about it, but
argued
like
about
to
it,
me,
but-
I like the song, but to me it's one of those overhyped songs. I don't see the value in that song that I see in some of these ones.
Yeah.
Carolus Rex, in my opinion, is such a great song. Live, they come out with the Swedish like
Yeah.
jacket, the soldier jacket and all of that shit. I fucking love this song. I fell in love with this song the first time I heard it. And I don't remember if the first time I heard it was actually in Swedish. I think we did the Swedish
one. Did we do the Swedish one first? Or?
Actually, I think this is a song that we've done both.
I think we've done both.
And we did a cover too.
Yeah.
We did a cover too of this. Somebody covering this song.
Yeah.
So maybe this one actually passes the last then, because I think we've covered this song more
But
than
if the last one was been so overplayed that we think we've done it more.
Yeah, that's true. But Carolus Rex, for me, it wouldn't be. If I'm introducing Sabaton to somebody, Ghost Division is the song that I'm going to go with. But I think once you're a Sabaton fan, this song, it's their greatest song. I just that album, in my opinion, is their best album ever. Carolus Rex, in my opinion, is their best album. Then, like I said, for me, Coat of Arms, The Art of War, The Great War, and Heroes. That's kind of not necessarily in that order, but that's like my top five. That's my top five. But this song, I just fucking love this song.
No,
love it.
It's a great song. It's a great song, especially in Swedish, in my opinion.
Yeah, in Swedish,
then you can really get.
In Swedish is more emotional. I feel like there's more of an emotional baggage that comes
You're
with
getting
it.
the full story.
Yeah, but in English, for me, it's a little bit more digestible because I can follow along a little bit better and I can sing along a little bit better. You know what I mean? So not a little bit better, a lot better, because I can't sing along the Swedish one. So so this for me was number one. All right, guys, this is it. Our top 10 greatest Sabaton songs of all time. And if you're in Europe, check out their tickets for the Sabaton Legendary Tour starting November 14th all the way to December 11th, 2025 next year across Europe, taking one city at a time. We'll see you all at the next one.
See ya.